Hey guys, it's Anya and I'm back with another video, but this one's a little bit different. I went to Produce Junction to go shopping for baby food for my daughter, and I just decided, hey, why not show my viewers how to make, prep, and store baby food for those mothers who may want to do homemade baby food and have no idea where to get started. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. I'm going to be steaming some vegetables, so I'm getting a pot of hot water so that I can put it on the stove so it can boil a little bit faster. My daughter doesn't do many vegetables, so I decided that I would try out these baby carrots. After washing your fruits and vegetables, dump them into a strainer and then put that on top of the pot that you already had boiling on the stove. Once you've done that, just go ahead and put a little lid that fits over top of it so that it can steam. While I'm allowing that to steam, I'm going to preheat my oven for the fruit that I'll be baking later. Steaming these carrots will probably take about 10 minutes, so in the meantime, I'm going to start peeling my fruit. I also have some sweet potatoes here just because I am trying to incorporate more vegetables in her diet. So I'm taking my vegetable peeler, fruit peeler, whatever you want to call it, and I'm just peeling the skin off of the sweet potatoes. Most fruits and vegetables, not so much vegetables, but fruits, they have like wax on the outside. Most of the stuff that I do get is organic, but I just peel it all off because I do not want it in the baby food mixture that I'll be making for my daughter. So I just go ahead and I peel anything that pretty much has skin on it so that I can get it ready for however I'm going to prep it. Now, after you're done peeling your fruit, your vegetable, whatever it is, you want to go ahead and slice it. This sweet potato, I'm slicing into like little rectangles or little slithers, so later on I can cut it into cubes. I'm not baking the sweet potato, I am actually steaming it, and I'm going to be cutting it up into little cubes so that it can steam a little bit quicker. You'll see the reason why I'm steaming it a little later. I'm going to do the same thing that I'm going to do with the carrots, but you will see that a little later in the video as to why I'd rather steam it than bake it. Now that I'm done peeling and dicing up the vegetables, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the carrots. You want to take a fork and poke through the carrot and see if you can actually go through it. That's how you know that it's done. You don't want it to be too soft, too mushy, just perfectly right. As long as it can go through the carrot, it should be fine for you to go ahead and take it off of the stove. Now I'll be using this Baby Bullet blender. You can use pretty much any blender that you have at home. It doesn't really matter. They all pretty much work the same. I wouldn't say so much a food processor because it will come out a little bit chunkier, but I'm going to go ahead and take the carrots and pour them into the baby blender that I do have. You may see a few carrots fall and me pick them up and put them in there. I clean and sanitize everything ahead of time because of this reason, so no worries. Now this is the reason why I steam my vegetables. If you look into the pot, the water is like an orangish color. So I'm actually going to go ahead and dip my little spoon inside of there and pour some of that water inside of where the vegetables are. The reason for me doing this is because most of the nutrients is inside of the water that we just steamed the vegetables with. So I'm going ahead and I'm dipping my spoon inside of that. That way I don't have to worry about the nutrients being lost. Everything's kind of in there. I'm adding the nutrients back to the mixture. I put the lid on the blender and now I'm going to start blending it. As you can see, it looks like it's having a hard time blending, so I'm probably going to add a little bit more water. And once you're done blending, this is what it should look like. Using the same water from the carrots, I'm going to take my cubed sweet potatoes and place them in the steamer and do the exact same thing that I did with the carrots. This should take about 15 minutes. Now for storage purposes, I use my Baby Bullet set that came with my Baby Bullet. It has these little holes that keep it in place so I don't have to worry about losing them or them moving around. You can also use an ice tray. I use these basically to freeze my food. So this is what the carrots look like. I'm going to go ahead and fill up the ice tray with the carrot mixture. And then after I'm finished doing this, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But for right now, I'm just filling up each one of these little tiny little ice tray cubes with the baby food. Now I am going to go back and check on these sweet potatoes. Same thing with the baby carrots. You just go ahead, you take your fork, you poke through the sweet potato, you make sure the fork actually goes through, and that's how you know that your baby food is done. So it's the same process with all your vegetables. This is what my sweet potatoes look like after it's already blended. I just added the carrot and the sweet potato water mixture. Now, if you can see, I'm going to add some honey for sweetness. Sweet potatoes are kind of sweet, but I just add some honey so it can taste a little bit better for the baby. Now I'm baking apples. I decided to show you how I do my fruit as well. I do the same thing that I do with the vegetables. Like I said previously, I just go ahead, take my fruit or vegetable peeler, whatever you want to call it, my peeler, and I go ahead and I peel all the skin off until there is no more skin for me to peel left. When you are finished peeling, this is exactly what your apple should look like. Now I'm using an apple cutter, but you can use a knife if you do not have one. It works the same way. After slicing up your fruits, you want to go ahead and place them in the pan. Try not to stack them on top of each other too much. Try to spread them out evenly, just so all of the fruit can bake evenly and you don't have to worry about there being hard pieces and soft pieces. Everything's baked evenly throughout. Now you can place the apples in the oven. Now my daughter absolutely loves bananas, so I decided to go to Produce Junction and get some bananas because they had some there for $1, so you know I had to cop up on some. But right now I am just peeling the bananas. I'm trying to hurry up and do these because if you know anything about Produce Junction, their fruit spoils really quickly. And since these were already ripe bananas, I know that they were going to start spoiling. So I'm going to peel these bananas, and then after I'm finished peeling them, I'm going to start chopping them up into little tiny cubes. And this should be your end result. For bananas, you do things a little bit differently. Obviously, you're not steaming them. They're already soft. I'm just going to go ahead and pour some bottled water into her fruit. I don't like using tap water, so I just go ahead and I use bottled water just so it makes it easier to blend. Bananas are already soft, so when you're done blending, it should look just like this. Pretty much a banana smoothie. Just like with everything else, I put all of it inside of an ice tray. The bananas will oxidize, they're still okay to eat. I just put them in here, seal them with press and seal plastic wrap, and then go ahead and put them in the freezer so that I can have them later on when I want to pop them out and warm them up for my baby to eat. Please excuse the mess in the background. I was in the middle of laundry when I decided to feed her. She was getting a little cranky, so I decided that I would let her try out these homemade carrots since she wasn't too fond of the Gerber baby food. As you can see, I'm not getting much of a reaction out of her because she's fixated on the TV, but she's not spitting it out, so I guess it's a good thing that she is eating it. So yeah guys, this is the end of our vlog. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below more videos that you would like to see, and hit a thumbs up if you like this one. See you next time.